think the beauty of this experience as we see the movie and as I think about the play is that women are allowed. I mean, we may have taken this place and we don't know we've taken this power, and we sometimes don't feel empowered. But I do believe that in doing the play, the very last moment was the most important moment for me. I found God in myself, and I loved her. You see, we can say it, and we can do it, and we can touch each other, because we birth, and it is physical, and it is so physical. And I think the men they haven't been in the village enough with our elders. Like, I love Felicia Rashad's role, because she is allowing us to say, go to our elders, they will help you. They will heal you, they will touch you, they will comfort you, they will nurture you, they'll guide you. Even if you're not right, they will help you find out. You don't have to be right.
That laying on
you don't have to be
hands
right. You don't have to be right. You just have to be. You just have to find out how to be together. So that then men haven't discovered that. They haven't been given permission. They haven't had enough other men, I always find in the work that I've been doing for the 40 years is about men with men. Men helping other men understand that they don't have to be so worried. What is sexuality? We're talking about humanness. I think we get stuck in sex, and that's what our whole challenge is as a culture. We get stuck in it. We don't know where to put sex. So either it's on one extreme or the other, or we think too much about it. It's just a part of life. It isn't life. And so to discover that balance of our physical, mental, physical, spiritual self, we need to start training very young. And the men need to be a part of, we need to give them permission to be a part of that journey.
Because if there was education and training from the beginning, there would not be this fear.
That's right.
This fear of the divine, of the, the sacred sexual act. All of those pieces that go together in harmony. But also there wouldn't be homophobia and how that manifests in our community, in our society, what it looks like, and how we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. I know we're going to need to wrap, really soon, and I don't know if there's something that you might want to say. I think in closing, I would ask each of us to reflect on, okay, Ru, I'm going to ask, what do you think has changed since 1975? In this idea. I'm just going to ask her anyways. I'm going to ask her anyway. How have we created and shifted? What does the rainbow look like in your generation? Because I remember 26. I remember 26. And
yeah, I'm like, well, in 70. No.
So I know you can't answer the question. Only from a historical kind of perspective on, what do you remember read? Answer the question how you like Ru. Okay, word.
I got it. All right. This is what I'm going to say. I think I have learned bravery from the women who did exist in 1975 and existed in a space that they were able to change the world and be witness to the revolution and interpret the revolution in a way that the way that they live their lives every day is an example to me and an example for me. I've been blessed to have amazing mentors who are women and who have gone through tough things like we saw in the film, things like we would never see ever and never have anyone speak to. So I feel brave. I feel hopeful in regards to the generation of my rainbow. I feel strong. I feel able to feel strength in the weakness and strength in the tears and be renewed by the things that have previously hurt us. So while I wasn't around in 1975, I mean, I could play some Isaac Hayes and keep it moving right away. But definitely, I just feel really thankful that even though we have experienced some things that can be considered heinous, I do believe in hope, and I think that's the most important thing that I learned from the whole thing.
I was around in 75. I was a crazy, out of control woman. in 1975. But I wasn't healed in 75, so I did a lot of crazy things and experienced too much life, you know. So I think that there's two major differences. One, personally, that I'm healed. I know myself, and I've learned myself, and I've learned to do those forgiving things. And I think for those of us that have gone through all kinds of difficult relationships, violent relationships, relationships that break our hearts, you know, that there is hope for us as well, you know, because in my last half of my life, I found the love of my life, you know, and have the love of my life. And so, you know, I never thought that would be would never happen, and it did. So the other thing is that what's different is HIV, you know. I'm glad that they included that whole issue with the brother. But I do think that homophobia has a lot to do with it, because if there wasn't so much homophobia in the black community, then brothers would feel safe to come out. But that's really one of the major things that has changed, is that, you know, we are not free to just go out there and do what we want and experiment and what have you, you know, because the consequence is so dire. So I want to just, in my last opportunity, I want to invite anybody that's living with HIV, you know somebody with HIV, to please feel comfortable coming to It Takes a Village. And then for our women who are experiencing trauma, our Seek and Safety program that teaches us how to seek safety within ourselves, not have to depend upon others or other entities. So I think HIV is one of the major differences from there to now.